Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of a different sort of style of video. Usually I like to script all my news update videos. This one I'm kind of just gonna talk about the news straight on, so there's no script. So we'll see how well I get through this. We have an update on the large scale mode for arcade. And this news comes from a YouTuber known as Sylo, who also makes Battlefront videos as well. And he apparently, according to him, in a video he just dropped I want to say yesterday or a couple days ago, one of his viewers sent him a message that he got from some_info, which is a famous leaker in the Battlefront community. And essentially, he asked him what was happening with the large-scale mode for offline, and he got a response, which I'll display up on the screen. We're trying to figure out the authenticity of this to see if it's actually him or not, because obviously you can Photoshop and do all that fun stuff. But after reading it, it kind of sounds like him. The grammar isn't spot on in some places, so it does kind of seem like it is some_info. But yeah, no, we're not 100% sure. So this is what some_info apparently sent this user, in which Sylo reported on his video. So here it is. Didn't think anyone would ask, but right now they have a playable single-player mode with the command posts, fully explorable levels and vehicles. But the problem is the AI only is working on half of the maps. As far as I know, that's all which is left for them to finish. Work on it has stalled and put on hold because the team has been shifted around onto other B front things. They still want to push it out, but not anytime soon. I was told it could come out later this year or not at all, depending on their workload. A big reason why they don't want to talk about it much. So yeah, to me this sounds like some_info. So hypothetically, let's say that this news is actually real. It kind of tells us what they're making, what this mode actually is. And to me, it sounds like it's the new online command post based game mode for online, except spread across all the maps for offline. And I like the fact that he says that there's command posts, so that means there's objectives, and that they're fully explorable levels and vehicles. Personally, I would love to see all the maps fully explorable offline. To me, that's like a huge thing, because once the servers go offline and you can't find a multiplayer match, you won't be able to check out the levels or anything. I also love that he says that the new single player mode has the command posts, which would mean it's objective based. And that was like one of the big things I had against arcade when it dropped. The fact that it had a lack of objective-based game modes. It's pretty much just team deathmatch at the moment. That kind of gets boring quickly. I think battling around objectives and control points and stuff, that's like the way to go. And then he also says there's vehicles, and I'm not sure if that means like the vehicles would be player controlled only, or if the AI also controls the vehicles. And then he says that the AI is only working on half the maps. Now, I'm not sure what he means by this. Like, does it mean what happened with arcade, where Jakku and the Death Star wasn't included at launch because I guess the AI wasn't working on those maps? Or does he mean that only like sections of the map are places that the AI isn't working? So what I don't want is like to have sections of the map as different levels. Like for Hoth, you might get the base. For Naboo, you might have the exterior of the palace, like the streets, and then another map would be the interior. I'd rather have like each map fully playable on, primarily because like I like the idea of just being able to freely explore the levels without like having to stop your game and exit to the menu screen and then have to go back and choose the next section. So personally, it's just, for me, that's a personal preference to have the maps to be like Naboo, have that map a full map and not anything sectioned off. Even if it takes like till the end of the year or something like that for them to get that done, I think that's worth it. Now he makes a comment about the team being shifted around to other Battlefront things, and this makes sense because Ben Walk has said something similar in the past about the team not being able to focus on certain things, like because they kind of have a small team at the moment. All their resources and time and developers, they have to be put on specific things, and they can't really be spread across the board. So to me that makes sense. But then he says that they don't want to push it out anytime soon, and that it could come out later this year or not at all, depending on their workload. I wouldn't mind if this was delayed till the end of the year, as long as like it was a fully fleshed out game mode for offline. Because I know Dennis also stated that making the AI play objectives is a little bit difficult. But I mean, you can argue that Skirmish from Battlefront, the first EA's first Battlefront game, was actually kind of decent. It just needed more work, but to be fair, only 2 people worked on that. So imagine if a whole team of developers worked on this new, apparently a command post based game mode for offline. So I really find this news fascinating, and I hope that they continue with it, if this is all true anyways, because I would love to see an objective based game mode with fully explorable levels and vehicles. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what your thoughts and comments are regarding this piece of information. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this. All right, see ya.